believe it? We are past midway into the second half of the year. We are past midway of the year into the second half. July 18. Amazing, isn't it? Well, for those of you that have missed me, I am so excited to be back here with you, my friends. And you've missed me not because of something negative, but something absolutely wonderful. I look forward to sharing that news with you one of these days on one of my sessions. Today, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is how to build discipline when your motivation fades. Yeah, I know. For those of you who don't know what this program is, this is your Reinvent to Rise Friday broadcast. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen now. So give me a moment while I work towards doing that. Here we go. I believe you can see my screen, and if you can't, well, good luck with listening. Okay? All right. So, one of the wonderful things about discipline when motivation fades is it is an anchor that helps to set you apart from those who do things once in a while. Okay? And so the difference between those who are usually very successful and those who do things once in a while is that those who do it once in a while and never do it again, it's a hit and miss. Okay. While those who do it once every while, meaning consistently, have a lot to share. The problem with motivation is a spark, but it fades really very fast. If you only act when you're motivated, you stop every time it gets uncomfortable. And when I say uncomfortable, I mean it's not gonna work today. Things are happening, life happens, situations happen, and you had promised yourself you were going to do something every while, meaning maybe eat breakfast at a particular time or eat certain meals, certain things in your meal, like veggies and what have you. And you read a story in a magazine, you get excited hearing how this has impacted somebody's life, going to the gym, made them just, have a wonderful new set of, physique or whatever it might be. Believe you, my friend, I have been there and I walk a lot of some of the things that I'm sharing with you. Motivation is a spark, and it definitely does fade fast. If you only act at that time when you're motivated, you stop every time things get uncomfortable. Remember that. Now, the role of discipline in this motivation journey is that discipline equals doing the work even when you don't want to, even when you don't feel like, even when circumstances are really pressing against your decision. It's what turns average people into high performers. It's a muscle, not a mood, okay? And it builds confidence and consistency. That is the role of discipline. It separates the dreamers from the doers. There are many aspects of my life where I have been extremely motivated, And once that motivation waned off, I discovered I wasn't exercising the discipline to follow through. But that is in certain areas. In a lot of areas, I have discovered that one of the things that has helped me in life ac- across many, many challenges in the path of accomplishment is the power of discipline. I don't recommend that people do it often, but sometimes your discipline actually pushes you past the boundaries of sleep time sometimes. It pushes you back past the boundaries of simple things that normally would be your norm. Discipline can push you past those boundaries, and I'll explain why. You might have scheduled to do something at noon, and then something happens. An emergency. You get a phone call. You need to go pick up the kids at school. You need to do something that wasn't on your agenda. You can decide that that was enough not to meet your other discipline for the day, or you can decide that that is just a temporary blocker and you will find a time to get to that item. It's just a really thin line between passing it up and then making the decision to still return to that action. I want to share with you a little bit about somebody that I have really deep respect for. And his story is actually very motivating for me. Grant Cardone. I've had the privilege of being on some of his really super amazing programs. And what I've discovered about this man is that he didn't start with success, right? At 25, he was broke. He was addicted to drugs and directionless. His life was basically kind of going nowhere. Then he got clean. He committed to discipline, as many of you might have heard him say, for those of you that have heard him speak, and started investing every hour into sales mastery and business. Anyone who had seen him at 25 when he was broke, drunk, or drugged up and directionless would have said, this is a lost cause. Today, he's a real estate mogul, multimillionaire, and founder of several companies built ground up. Why I admire this story is because it takes a lot for an individual to commit to discipline. You can be motivated to say, well, I'm going to stop taking drugs. I'm going to stop being directionless. I'm going to stop messing about. I'm going to start living my life with purpose. You can be excited and motivated to do that one day. But that motivation can only take you so far. It is the discipline that is within you that you exercise as a muscle that is going to take you through the hours and the days when you don't feel like getting up, the days when you don't feel like going to class, the days where you feel so cold when you come out of the blanket, and all you just want to do is roll back into bed. But then you force yourself to put your feet on the ground and get on top of that treadmill or on top of your exercise regime or whatever it is that you need to do to wake yourself up. Discipline. And there is a quote of his that I love so much. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Grant became a sales mogul, but hey, I have a question for you. When last has it been a very exciting thing for you to pick up the phone and call people and tell them about your product and service? And out of 50 people, maybe 40 of them hang up on you. When has that been a fun thing to do? But discipline is doing that thing that you just hate to have to do it, but doing it like you love it because you develop that mind of, I love this, I gotta do this, I love this. And as you're doing it, you're eating that frog first, despite you would rather be doing something else, dancing on the beach, for instance. But then you do this so that you can have that opportunity to dance on the beach. Well, I also want to talk to you about the 90-day action challenge every weekday on YouTube that we have. With this program, we just encourage people to log on, show up, stay consistent, and do something concerning their future and their life for 30 minutes. And it's been mind-blowing, even if I am the one saying so. I encourage you to join us. Now, I want to quickly go through a couple of resources that I believe will be very helpful for you. If you have not read the book, The 10X Rule, I strongly recommend it. I read that book, I won't tell you how many times, but definitely more than once, twice, 3 or 4 times. And I have attended a lot of grants events, but I would leave you with this one resource. If you don't do anything else, read the book. Now, in it, you're going to learn how to take massive action even when your motivation is low. The core idea behind that is you will set goals that are 10 times bigger and 10 times harder than what you normally would set for yourself. And by the way, setting such massive goals is not an excuse to live a life that is not aligned with good health practices or a life that is packed with stress. Now, the key lesson there is that discipline beats talent when you are consistent. Never reduce a target, instead, increase your actions. That is one of Grant's quotes as well. I would recommend that you also connect to his YouTube channel, Grant Cardone TV. Daily content on mindset, sales discipline, and financial freedom are shared on this website. Real advice also for building habits, scaling your effort, and staying consistent is very much there. Now, Grant Cardone's podcast, The Young Hustlers, is something you want to try and connect to. Straight talk on hustle, accountability, and showing up daily. Great motivation on the go and building a no excuses mindset. Voila! We have come again to the end of today's session. My friends, I don't know about you, but time flies by when we are having these conversations. I am saying conversations because I am hoping that you will recognize that your input is very critical to the success of what we share and my being able to continue to share with you. I need feedback, I need comments. I want to hear from you regarding challenges that you have facing in reinvention. For those of you that have followed us on the 90-day challenge, some of you know that I have had at least three reinvention journeys over the last 25 years. And I have currently actually embarked on another one, and it is phenomenal. So we're not talking about something that is abstract here. Join our Reinvent 90 Days Challenge calls, and I promise you, you're going to discover something unique about doing and doing consistently. With that, I would say have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead and reach out to me at any time via email at Pamela at braveachievers.com. Until we meet again, have a wonderful time. Take care, my friend.